Well, ahoy hoy, y'all. How we doing? I see the camera is not quite right there. There we go. Welcome to the first ARCA Menard Series post-race show of 2019. I hope you can hear me. I now have wireless lavalier mics, so hopefully you can hear me, and if you can, hopefully it sounds better than it did before. But welcome into the first ARCA post-race show of 2022. Hey, Robert. And if you hear what sounds like a cat purring in the background, it's because Doc is on my lap. He wanted to be a part of this as well. So if you hear that, if you hear him purring, don't mind. Hey, Moth, how we doing? So, let's talk about New Smyrna. Pretty much what I expected out of this race tonight. Let's be honest. Pretty much what I expected out of this race. Now, that doesn't mean it was a bad race by any means. It came down to exactly what I expected it to come down to. Sammy Smith and Taylor Gray. They were the two that I think everybody, if you looked at the entry list, you knew they were going to be the two going for this win. Hey, Ashton. So not surprising that it was really those two battling for the entirety of this race. And I don't think there was any point of, hey, Barney's here, but he changed his name. He's back to Bussin' Blaney. I don't know who finished 6th through 10th because timing and scoring was not working at the end of the race, and they took the ticker away after the checkered flag. So I got the top 5 down for the tweet, and after that, I have no idea who finished where. So, that does get kind of annoying. I'm going to be honest. ARCA is not giving me the tools that I need to cover their series as I should be able to. So, that does get kind of annoying. So, nope, not rewind time yet, Barney. Oh, you're talking about your name, aren't you? Never mind, don't mind me. Because I was going to say the rewind show is still a couple days out. When I actually have results and I have highlights and everything else. So, yeah. But let's talk about this one. What'd you guys think of this? I thought it was really good. And I don't think there was any point in this race where you could have really looked and gone, it's definitely going to be Sammy Smith that wins this race, or it's definitely going to be Taylor Gray. They were pretty even most of the night tonight, but they were kind of in a class of their own. Nobody else was really anywhere close to fast enough to keep up with them. So it was very evident very early on it was going to be one of those two unless they ended up taking each other out in a wreck, which wouldn't have been surprising the way they were racing each other at different points. But good to see they kept it clean. Good to see Sammy get his redemption for last year. After I liked the race, the caution laps were kind of annoying though because of the weather. Yeah, but I mean, what can you do? It's Florida in February. But it's good to see Sammy get his redemption for last year. Because really, he should have won this race last year, but we all know what happened in that one. Got taken out of the lead. Okay, bye, Doc. Using my foot as a step to get down. He was walking down, used my knee, the footrest, then my foot, then the, bar across the desk, then to the floor. He had, 5 different steps to go down there because he didn't want to just jump. But yeah, Sammy getting his redemption after his penalty that shouldn't have happened, at least in the way that it did. I thought it was pretty good. I thought Sammy was the better car consistently most of the race. Taylor held strong for a long position. Yeah, I think you're right. Taylor was the better car for most of the race. For a while there, I thought maybe he was pushing too hard and he was using up his stuff a little too much in the short run. But maybe he figured that out near the end of the race. Hey, Shaw, has been a while. Yes, you and me both. I am very excited for a new season as well. I'm excited for this East season, to be honest, because I think this is going to be a really good championship battle between Sammy Smith and Taylor Gray. Honestly, I kind of feel like it's going to be Sam Mayer, Ty Gibbs 2.0, because that kind of fizzled out near the end of the season. With Sam Mayer running away with that one. I think this one might go right down to Bristol. Although I don't know how many people are going to be paying attention to it at Bristol, as I've stated many times. If you saw my thoughts in the front stretch article a few days ago, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I've talked about it on here multiple times, as is. How many people do we actually have here right now? It says 3 for me, but I feel like we've got more than that just in the chat right now. So if you're here and you haven't said anything in the chat, say hi. Good run tonight, though, for Leland Honeyman. I was pretty impressed with how he did in a Young's car. I wasn't expecting much because it's a Young's car, but it was good to see that he was able to get a good run tonight, and unfortunately fell back to 4th there at the end. Where did Max Gutierrez come from? Honestly, when I saw Max Gutierrez go to 3rd on that final restart, I really thought we were about to see a replay of last year. I really did. I don't know where he came from. It was like the same thing that he did last year. I have no idea where he came from or how he even got into contention. I hear Doc doing something, and I'm very concerned it's something that he's not supposed to be doing. But, oh, there he is. What are you doing? So, yeah, I don't know where Max Gutierrez came from, but good to see him finish top 3 again. I was actually kind of surprised he didn't play more of a factor, considering how the finish went down last year, but Taylor wasn't really close enough to do to Sammy what Sammy did to him last year, so it is what it is. Thoughts on Busch supporting female racers over 21? I think this can definitely bring more money and, of course, female talents into ARCA. I agree. I think it's a good thing. Unfortunately, most of those that they're supporting aren't actually at the ARCA level. It was just, what, Tony and Steph Moyer? Was there a... Brittany Zamora, I guess, but she's not really... She hasn't run many ARCA races in the last couple of years. Were they the only ones at the ARCA level? Everybody else was either above the ARCA level, so like Natalie or Jennifer Jo Cobb, and then there was the girl that races modifieds. So good to see, and I hope that it does actually help out some of these talented females. I'm a little... It's disappointing that Gracie Trotter's not 21, because I feel like she could have really benefited from that. Maybe she will be able to in the future if they continue that program going forward. But I feel like it probably could do a lot of good things. I'm wondering how much support they're actually giving, though. If it's going to be a deal where we actually see these female drivers in a Busch car. Amber Balkan, yeah, that was the other one. I'm wondering if we're actually going to see them in a Busch car at some point, or if it's just going to be like a minor sponsorship deal and we don't really even see that much out of Busch, and it's not really contributing as much as they would like you to think they are. I hope it's more of a major thing, but given the fact that they're supporting a lot of them, I feel like it's going to be not a lot of support to each one of them, you know. Either way, it is good to see. It is good to see them throwing out support either way, no matter how little it might be. I really wish we had results to go on, but, you know, it is what it is. ARCA gonna ARCA, I guess. I'm trying to remember how things ended up. I mean, we know Sammy Smith, Taylor Gray, Max Gutierrez, Leland Honeyman, Donald Teege. I need to get that pronunciation down because that's not what I was calling him before tonight. Pretty sure it was Teege. He ended up top 5 as well. I think Mason Diaz was 6th. And Logan Mishiraka was 7th. I think. Again, not 100% sure on that because there's no way to find results. Yeah, Casey's happy. Casey wanted me to say ARCA gonna ARCA tonight. Did you see the video I posted of it snowing here? I saw you linked it in the Discord. I haven't had a chance to actually watch it. I didn't know it was possible to snow in SoCal. But yeah, overall, I think tonight was really good. Without any results or anything to talk about, though, I don't know that I have a lot to talk about, though. We've kind of covered everything at this point. Other than seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin in a race. that was cool. But absolutely agree. I think Camping World did something similar. It looked like they were pledging a lot into lower teams. In reality, there's a lot of talk about how much they were. Yeah, I think it is something very similar to Camping World. I mean, I don't know where Large William finished. I don't know. Um, yeah, I think it is very similar to what Camping World did. Was that last year or was that the year before? Um, I think it was the year before, wasn't it? Because it was all the teams were struggling from COVID, so they were giving them money coming out of that. I think it was 2020. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it is something very similar to the Camping World thing. I mean, I guess giving them a little is better than giving them nothing, but at the same time, how much is a little actually going to help them, you know? But I think that's all we got for tonight, unless anybody else has anything they want to talk about with this race. If you're new here, by the way, I see we have at least 5 people here, at least 6 people now. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We will have a fully fledged out produced rewind show here in a couple days once I have like legit results and highlights and all that stuff. So if you're not already subscribed, do that. We do a lot. Of course, the gimbal is acting up now. There will be a like legit produced rewind show here in a couple of days. Highlights, results, all that fun stuff. So if you're not already subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. We're still trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, even though we obviously have the mobile live streams now. But your support will definitely be appreciated. What are you doing, Gimbal? Why? Good thing we were about to wrap up anyway. So stop it. What is happening? Okay, so anyway, yeah, I think we're going to call it night before the gimbal can screw me over anymore. So thanks for hanging out, y'all. We will see you on the rewind show here probably on Thursday. I'm thinking Thursday is probably the day for the rewind show. So keep an eye out for that. We'll see you there. Again, if you're not subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. We'll see you for a rewind show on Thursday and Daytona on Saturday. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Peace.